While North Carolina is known for being first in flight, and the Wright brothers are widely recognized in textbooks and celebrated in popular lore, San Antonio, Texas has had an unsung but indelible mark on the history of flight in the United States.
I don't think there's any city in the nation with a richer aviation history. So some of the highlights really are the first military flight Lieutenant Floyd did in here in 1910, starting the Stinson School of Flying in 1915, which eventually becomes the second oldest continuously operating airport in the country, was Brooks Air Force Base, and they're pioneering in the space program. Charles Lindbergh learned to fly here, and the fourth female pilot ever to be certified happened right here in San Antonio with Catherine Stinson. All the history of the training of pilots starting back from pre-World War I all the way to today, where our Air Education and Training Command is now headquartered here. Everything we do in San Antonio in aviation is a partnership between our military aviation community and our civilian. Everything from deconflicting our airspace and working together in the fastest growing city in the United States to learning from each other. We're a 300-year-old city. We're celebrating our tricentennial year this year. And so there's a lot of talk about the history of San Antonio and what has gone into this amazing place. If you walk around our terminal, we focus a lot of our art and culture program within the airport on that history. And we try to capture that rich military history so that everyone that comes to work every day and looks up at some of those pieces of amazing art feel that it's not just history, but they're now a part of history in the making.
It's becoming such an integral part of our lives, it should be no surprise that few entities play a more vital or strategic role in a region's economic growth, development, and prosperity than an airport. Nowhere is this more evident than in the nation's 7th largest city.
The concept of a city within a city resonates really well at the aviation department. Our priority is to process the customer safely, securely through our facilities, providing them amenities, food and beverage outlets, places to hang out. That in itself represents the city.
In 2017, the San Antonio International Airport eclipsed 9 million travelers for the first time ever. And in 2018, we are well on our way to surpass 10 million. The economic impact for the San Antonio International Airport is about $5 billion into our local economy. In San Antonio, we are the top tourist destination in the state of Texas. And so it's important that from a hospitality perspective, our airport and our airport team is showcasing that culture of a welcoming spirit that San Antonio presents.
Today, the San Antonio International Airport is experiencing record growth by serving its customers' adapting needs, growing their city's prosperity, and implementing exciting, one-of-a-kind programs rarely seen in the aviation sector.
San Antonio International Airport is one of 4 airports that has a full-time wildlife biologist on staff. We not only recycle paper and water bottles, but we recycle batteries, we recycle cooking oil. We are sensitive not only to our passengers and employees here at the airport, but the entire city. We have a fantastic program called Wings Academy. And Wings Academy is an opportunity for us to bring children from the communities, different communities around the airports. A lot of the children that come out to the Wings Academy have never even been on a plane, have never even been to an airport.
2 times a year we host here at the airport honor flights. These honor flights are a way of bringing out veterans from World War II, from the Korean conflict, and from the Vietnam War out to Washington, D.C. to visit the monuments and the memorials that honor them. Typically not a dry eye in the house. It really makes you proud to be an American and makes you proud of the legacy that these men and women who have served in the wars of the past have provided to us to motivate us to serve.
While the San Antonio Airport has embraced the role as an unconventional leader in the field, improving the traveler experience in ways the customer expects is always on the forefront.
We have added over 20 new nonstop destinations and 2 new carriers. That represents about 50% of growth, and that growth is exactly the type of growth that our San Antonio economy is experiencing.
Travel is stressful. Let's start there. And what we want to do here at San Antonio International Airport is we want to make sure that as your journey begins, that it's as stress-free as possible. The reason why we have therapy dogs in the airport is we took the idea from hospitals, because you used to see dogs in hospitals that'll help patients to be able to ease their fears and their stresses. I have seen in many cases where people have been really stressed and then a dog comes up and you can see the stress level go down immensely. So I think it's a huge advantage to have something like this program in an airport to be able to relieve that stress. I am super excited and proud to have our ambassadors on the ground here at the airport. We have about 190 something ambassadors. Not only do they give them information about what's going on in the airport, but they also can tell them some exciting things that they can do while they're in our city.
We are blended in as one city, and our 474 people are trained every day and ingrained in the value that the fabric between the city of San Antonio and the airport and what the two mean to each other.
The future is happening right now at airports across the country. If you stop evolving, you'll lose. But within San Antonio, we do internalize that. We feel we have a responsibility to our forefathers that left us this fine legacy to continue to innovate.
For more information, visit www.sanantonio.gov/SAT.